Hi there, this is Tai Njio joining you at tainjio.com. Today what I'd like to do is introduce you to another principle of the Yuen Method. So the Yuen Method, once again, was developed by Dr. Cam Yuen. He's a Shaolin master, and he's taken the energetic principles of the martial arts, brought it into a technique that we can use on ourselves and on others. So we talked about bringing our energy to the center in one of the previous videos. Maybe you've seen it. Really important key piece that we bring our energy here to our center rather than scattered out, overlapped, intersected, connected with other people. It's just like reclaiming your energy, your center. One concept I'd like you to understand today is that when we are clearing things with the Yuen Method, which is something you'll learn in more depth, but very basically just bringing your energy back to center, back to core, you can clear things. But let's say, for example, you're working on some negative emotions that are really deep, maybe some sadness, and it's because you've lost your dog and you're feeling really sad and it's really there for you and you're really triggered by it and you really feel like, wow, this is it. If it was so simple and you would just bring your energy to your core and you would clear all that sadness, it would clear. But the very important thing is when you're working with the Yuen Method is we're using our intuition and we're going deeper than the surface. We're going deeper than what we think it is. So I always tell my clients when I'm working them, I go, it's not what you think it is. I'm actually going to work deeper and uncover things that maybe through the death of your dog, for example, it triggered some memories from the past of something. It's connected you to the collective consciousness of how you're supposed to feel, the sorrow of all people who have ever lost their dog. Maybe your own truth is that you're okay that your dog is gone because your dog was old, it was time, and you're happy that your dog is released. But you're connected to that collective conscious belief that, no, I'm supposed to feel sorrow, and you go into the feeling of sorrow and sadness for your dog. So this is really an important piece that I just want you to know, that when we work here, we're working on that deeper level. And we're needing to find the underlying root causes of your current issue or your current experience of what you're experiencing. And of course, you want to learn how to do that. How do you find those? So I'm going to introduce more of that on some future audios and videos. This is really just to get you to that point that it is not what you think it is. When you're working with a client and you're working in person, and you see them in their sorrow, and you see their sadness, it's very challenging, maybe you can say, because you want to connect to that sorrow. You want to connect to that and be like, oh, I'm sorry, or, well, let me see what your sorrow is really, how can we clear your sorrow for you? You need to make yourself neutral and be like, okay, this person is experiencing sorrow. What's underneath it? What is this really about? That's really important. When you're working over the phone, for example, it's a little bit easier maybe because you don't physically see the person. So you're working on them and you say, yeah, I hear sorrow, but you don't see it because you're on the phone. I hear sorrow, but really what I hear underneath that, is something else. So it removes one layer of a filters one layer that you don't have to work through because you're on the phone. An even easier way, somebody emails you something and they say, I'm experiencing a lot of sorrow, I've been working on my dog, it died, and this and that, can you please clear that? When I read the email and I say, okay, now I'm going to work on this person, I tune into that person, their energy, and I get straight to what it really is. Because I don't see them, I don't hear them, I'm just connected on that quantum level directly to their energy and finding out exactly what is going on for them. And there I can clear them. So I wanted to introduce those pieces to you so that when you start to work with this technique, little by little, you're going to get the different pieces and how it works and how to use it and how to use it effectively. Another piece that I'll introduce in another video is really how to get yourself prepared to work on other people so that you're really neutral and their story doesn't affect you, and you can really be intuitive and connect to them on that deeper level. So I hope you learned something in this video and you can apply it to your practice and when you're working on people. I'm Tai Njio again, and you can find a lot more of this on my website, tainjio.com, and check some YouTube videos as well. Thank you for joining.